My name is Joseph Colon. I'm a student photographer right now at ODU, majoring in photography, print media. Originally, I'm from New York, so I wasn't born and raised, here in Virginia. I moved down here like 5 years ago. So, growing up in New York had a lot to do with where I am right now artistically and, things I like and the things I do, whether it be my art, music, culture, stuff like that. Um, Growing up, like I said, New York had a big part on like just me and art in general. I remember growing up as a kid, just like looking at the subway cars, just like looking at all the graffiti and like growing up like I really didn't have no brothers and sisters, and my mom was always working, so like TV, I was always watching movies, and like I was watching Scarface like at the age of 9 and stuff like that. So like all that stuff like had a big part in like photography and like me liking you know, I guess like cinematic stuff and stuff like that. And growing up, when I went to high school, I took a photo class, a darkroom class, where you had to develop your own film and use 35 millimeter camera, black and white. And I learned about all the like great like photographers then, like Gary Winogrand and Dan Arbus and stuff like that. So during high school I knew photography is something I liked, but I never took it seriously until I really got to college. Inspiration wise, there's a like a long list of names that could go on forever, but mainly there's a whole bunch of street photographers. Gary Winogrand, like I said, is probably one of my favorite street photographers. Dan Arbus, like contemporary stuff. Alex Soth is one of my other favorite artists. Terry Richardson, I like his stuff a lot. Larry Clark. There's just a whole list of people, and I follow a lot of people on Instagram too, that I have get some inspiration from, stuff like that. Cameras, me personally, I like the old school. I like film, and so like a lot of my work I try to use my Polaroid camera a lot of times. I take it everywhere I go with me. I take my camera everywhere I go with me. But weapons of choice, my 5D Mark III, that's like my baby. Like I just bought it, so I take that thing everywhere I go with me. A wide angle lens is probably my go-to lens, because I just like to capture everything, and like a lot of my stuff is like kind of like landscaped and a lot of people. So I would probably say Larry Clark's Kids. That video, that movie in general was very deep, and in the way he shot it, cinematically, like just the way he shot it and the way he captured emotion through the lens. A piece of photography. Not really. I think more honestly, cinematically, movies have gave me more inspiration to take pictures. A recent movie I watched with Jake Gyllenhaal, Nightcrawler. Just the opening scenes, like cinematically, they were almost like moving images, which I thought was really cool. And top 3 movies, like I said, I'm keep going back to it. Kids. I like mob movies, Scarface, Goodfellas. Those will probably be my top 3. The best memory of my career so far, I think that I am very, like, my most proud. I got 2 actually. The first one was last December. I shot some pictures for Drum and DP's first show down at FM that they threw, and the pictures ended up being on Pigeons and Planes, which is like a big music blog. So that was probably like the highlight of my, I guess I would say, career. And then my second would be last semester at ODU. I was in my first art gallery, and one of my pieces was in a gallery for the first time. So that's probably like 2 highlight moments of my life that I'm the most proud of. I think the biggest challenges, I think starting out, is trying not to be like everyone else and try not to do the same thing that everyone else does. Like trying to find my own style and trying to find my own name and get my name out there, and just trying to find a unique style to me where people will say, oh, that's first and third, or they can differentiate from my pictures from someone else, and just trying to have my get my name out there, I guess I would say too, and trying to, stand out from everyone else. Um, I mean, I would say don't be scared to put yourself out there. Don't think you're not good enough. Don't think, you don't have the best equipment, because starting out, everybody starts out from the bottom. Nobody's gonna, be the best photographer. Nobody's gonna take the dopest picture. Nobody's gonna have like the most followers on Instagram and stuff like that. Like, don't, if you want that, if that's what you're looking for, like, then I don't think that's the right mind state. I think being able to, like, realize, you're starting out, you're not going to be the best. Like, you got to practice makes perfect. And, just stay true to yourself, and, don't try and follow any trends, or don't try and, follow, different, don't try and make your pictures, don't imitate. You can imitate someone else's style, but try and make it your own, and try and make it unique, and just try and make yourself stand out amongst the crowd. I mean, when I at the end of the day, honestly, all I want is just people to see my pictures and get inspired in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it be, they want to go ahead and pick up a camera and, take, pictures. Right now I'm doing a project at Booker T. Washington about the school itself and students, and, I will want someone to look at that book eventually that I'm going to print, and just be inspired to make change, and or just, try and make a difference in some type of way. A lot of my stuff, like, I try to focus on people and place. I've done some work where I've, photographed like impoverished communities, lower income class communities, and trying to shine a better light, and maybe just, like, help someone, want to make a difference, or, want to make change in some type of way, or be inspired in some type of way, whether it be they want to pick up a camera, they want to just do something. Like, I just want to inspire people and make people feel good when they look at my images and just be like, wow.